So we're here with Bob and Robin Stiles at 23 Bower Court in Stone Harbor. And I'm Susan Zirin with the Stone Harbor Museum. And I'm here with Mike Turner doing the technology, helping us on this oral history. So thank you so much for sharing your home and your stories with us.
Sure.
Great.
So I think I first want to start with, tell me about your beginnings with Stone Harbor. When did you start coming here?
Well, our beginnings started with my beginning. I started coming to Stone Harbor as a boy in 1962. My parents had always taken us for vacation to Ocean City, New Jersey, because that's where the two of them grew up going. Mm-hmm. And in 1962, my dad said, you know what, it's getting kind of crowded here in Ocean City. Let's find something else. So he came south, and we've been coming to Stone Harbor ever since. We initially rented for 2 weeks or 3 weeks in the summer and just came down, my brother and I as boys. When we were in high school age, my mom was a school teacher as well, and she decided that she would be able to come down for the season, and we started renting a house for the season. And then my brother and I came down and worked summer jobs down here. And
where did you work?
I worked most of the summers that I worked down here for A&P. And I worked in Courthouse, I worked in Rio Grande, I worked in Ocean City.
Okay.
So different A&P stores. Turned out to be a great job at that time because, you know, in order to work at the A&P, I had to join the union. And so, you know, they would go on strike during the winter, and I'd come back and have a nice pay increase. So.
Oh wow! And where'd your brother work?
My brother was actually one of the first cooks for the Uncle Bill's Pancake House in Stone Harbor here.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, if you look at the picture that they have on their placemats of the two cooks and two servers, he's one of the cooks holding a spatula up that they used a lot. And then he actually opened the Avalon store a few years later.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was reversed. So Stone Harbor was first.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then we got engaged July 19th, 1976, and that weekend I came down here for the first time.
Oh, okay.
And we spent parts of summers, you know, started out with 1 week or 2 weeks, and then once we got the house, we were here.
And then we got married in 77, and in 1984, we bought this house. We actually sold 2 cars to come up with the money for the down payment.
This is a story that you've heard about. We had 2 relatively new cars, and we sold 2 cars. We needed at least $5,000 to put down on the house, and we got 2 used cars and used that. We would drive down the shore like every weekend. We love antique homes, and we looked at old houses all up and down South Jersey when we lived in Pittman. And
what I was saying was in 1998. Robin decided that it was...
Well, I went to grad school, and I graduated in 97, so the summer of 98 was the first summer that I had totally off. And our daughter graduated from high school then, so I knew she could get a job down here. So he still had 2 weeks vacation, plus all weekends, and then we were down here from the end of school in 1998 through till... whenever football camp started, when they had to go back for sports.
So what did you do? Did your kids all work here in the summer?
Our kids all worked here. Kristen tagged. Both boys were lifeguards. Skip worked at Fudge Kitchen. Joe worked at Bradley's. All 3 of them worked at Global Pursuit before it became Island Pursuit.
They all did a lot of things.
Springers. Christy was a manager at Springers. Skip worked there too. So they all grew up working, and they all worked at the yacht club. They all worked at the yacht club also. Dock hands and swimming lessons, and Christy did a thing called Kristen's Crew.
Program.
Was for the next step up from Flea Fleet. It was like the kids that were too old to do Flea Fleet and not quite high school yet.
Okay.
She did a Kristen's Crew one night a week. They did something fun. So,
So that was so the five of us. Most of the time, just four because I was back and forth from Connecticut. But the five of us lived in this cottage in the summertime from, as Robin said, from
up till last year.
June until early September, late August, early September, and
Nice.
and the kids, slept in various places. Plus, we had family and friends visiting all summer
And
too.
the kids always had friends down and so
So
forth.
what did they just have sleeping bags or bunk on the
Yeah,
floor?
did a lot of that.
Or?
We can sleep 9 on mattresses.
Wow. So is this is a trundle bed?
This is a
you're
trundle
sitting on?
bed. This is
Okay.
a twin bed. You can fit a double-sized blow-up bed on our kitchen floor between the sink and bed, and twins upstairs in the double bed in our bedroom. We can sleep 9 on mattresses.
Wow. That's great. That's togetherness.
It's
Yes.
just been
Yes.
a great family place.
Yeah.
It
That's
has.
great.
So then, we bought this. I think we said in 1984. Did a lot of the renovations through the years. In 1986, my parents bought a house, a cottage on Stone Court, and
They also rented.
they also used it as a rental property first. They also did some renovations, putting new siding on, changing windows, things like that.
And Mom would, after his dad passed away, his mother would come for a month, but she would be like the middle of August till the middle of September. So she still rented it out up until when she came for the month. And then, we tried to convince her, you should just stay the whole time. And she didn't. She still wanted to do the rental thing. So then after she passed away, we inherited the house. And for 8 years, we rented it out to a lot of her same renters that have been coming, repeat, very much like family. And we actually got the most, when we stopped renting it, decided to move over there last year, we got the most darling note from one of the renters about all of their life's special moments that happened while they were in that house, about when her kids, did this, and this is the year that, something else happened, and
Right.
it was like, it was
That's
very moving.
Special. That's
Yeah, so
great.
we're not the only ones that love our house, other people do too.
Right.
Which is nice. But so the past 2.5 years we've been renovating over there, and we still rented it out last summer, but we sold our house in Connecticut and we moved down here full time last September. So it's almost a year that we've been there full time.
Okay.
And we did kind of spend the winters here, the 2 winters before that, because we were down here a lot, staying here while we were working over there. But this past winter was our first full time winter here, and it was lovely.
The
It was
renovations that we did, both here and over there, many of them we did the work ourselves or brought, a specific expert in to do a certain
certain chunk of
task,
it.
like
Sure.
tile work or something that,
But we were sort of our own general contractors for the
Yeah.
house.
Right.
Yeah.
but
So-
in both cases.
Tell me a little bit about the renovations you've done here with the roofing and the siding and.
Okay.
Yeah, so, well, early on, we did the siding. That was one of the first things. The house had the old asbestos shingle siding, so we removed all of that.
It was yellow.
It was
Yeah.
yellow at the time, yeah. And during that project, we found that we had to do some work on some of the sill plates and so forth under the house. So those were all replaced then. So that was early. We then have since changed every window in the house to make it a little more energy efficient. We've added insulation. We put a new roof on. The roofing shingles we used were called cottage shingles. They kind of stand out because not a lot of people have them, but
And of course they're blue. We love blue and white. We have
Very
a lot
cute.
Of, a lot of blue and white everywhere. So
we added a outside shower. And
there was a
dressing
pipe
room.
there with nothing around it that you could take, and the sisters who lived behind us said, they used to, it wasn't hot water. They remember coming home from the beach, and the first person who got a shower got a hot shower because of the water that was in the pipe was warmed up from the sun.
Yeah.
But then, yes, it's important to tell you that Carolyn Heil lived behind us, and that her family, her dad, during the Depression, bought our house and the Cardi's house next door for $500 a piece. And when each sister went to college, and Elaine Heil still lives over in Courthouse, they sold off one house to pay for one daughter's college education tuition, and sold off our house to pay for Elaine's tuition. And our neighbors next door can remember Carolyn and Elaine's mother making homemade ice cream for the neighborhood and sitting out on the front steps eating ice cream together. I don't remember the year on that one, but I mean, there's a lot of, so the point is, the courts are very family oriented. A lot of people have been here for quite some time. And it's really nice. It's a special neighborhood, very special neighborhood that we've loved being here.
And just to go back to your question on the renovations, we then at another point upgraded our deck on the house, which we did actually total of 3 times.
Yeah.
And the third time is when we converted the deck to a screened-in porch downstairs and added a second floor deck directly above this, which is just an open deck. But we have a spiral staircase that leads up to that. And we also installed a laundry closet, which encloses our washer and dryer, and that's accessible off this deck as well. So.
And people talk about how little they are and how tiny they are. I mean, I think there's a movement now to go to tiny houses, and we kind of have always been there.
Yeah.
But we've had, when we used to sail cheetah cats at the yacht club, we would have the annual cheetah cat party here and have like 50 people here at the house and be out in the yard, on the deck, upstairs, in the living room, plenty of, hors d'oeuvres and beverages around. And we've done an engagement party here. We had like 40 people here. And
had family Thanksgiving here.
Wow.
It's big enough to hold all family and friends, which is good.
Yeah.
Right.
It's physically small, but it's big in our hearts, I guess.
Yes,
it's as big as it needs to be.
Yeah, what his mom always used to say, we have elastic walls, so we can always fit. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great.
So there's a lot of, in this house, you'll see from other pictures that there's a lot of original stuff. We have our original kitchen cupboard, our original metal sink unit with storage underneath. We haven't changed the floor plan much since 1912. The front door was already done away with and just came in the side door. Originally, the houses had two doors.
So what was original? What all came?
Originally, the houses came, when you rented them, they came, you'd walk in the front door, there were windows. The living room was nothing but windows all the way around. They came with 2 iron beds that served as like couches or beds that somebody could sleep in. Came with an ice box. It came with a drop leaf table and 4 chairs, some of which are still here that we still have. We no longer have the table. And it came with a bedroom and a bathroom. And with a stall shower
and there was also a built-in table and bench in the kitchen.
Yes.
That you can. What more could you need?
Yeah, that you can still. When we were kids, we used to talk about when you go down the shore, all you need to do is bring your cutoffs, your bathing suit, and a toothbrush. And then that's all you need. And we're trying to, be a little more minimal if we can.
Go back to your roots with that.
Go back to our roots.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Well, I think that's all the questions we had for here.
Okay.
Pick her up.
Okay.
At the other house.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Sure.
Yeah.
So here we are at 42 Stone Court. We've moved over from Bower Court, still with Bob and Robin Stiles. And we just wanted to hear a little bit more. You mentioned that you have you inherited this and started some renovations. So tell us a little bit about the time and what you've done since you've taken over here.
Right. Well, this was my parents' house. They used it as a summer cottage, a rental most of the time they had it, and we inherited it after my folks passed. And we have decided we decided several years ago that ultimately this would be our full-time residence. So we began a project of designing and renovating this property to make it our year-round residence. And as a result, you can see by looking at the house, we've moved a lot of our prized antiques here. We did the design based on the pieces of furniture that we knew we wanted to bring with us and have with us full time. Robin did a lot of that in terms of cutting and pasting on
years of saving pictures out of magazines and figuring out what would go where and how we would do things. A lot of the design we did ourselves. The window placement is so that our furniture could fit between windows and so forth, and places to hang our favorite things. And like, these are probably two of our prized possessions here, the clock and the portrait, and you see those as soon as you walk in the door. We were fortunate to redesign the kitchen and open up the walls, the existing walls that were here. So we've got all new drywall, all new windows, all new framing, all new wood floors, incorporating, a lot of our antiques around them. We've had a lot of help from our son-in-law, Greg, who is a master craftsman when it comes to window trim that you see.
Carpentry.
It's
He did.
beautiful.
Yeah. And
Really beautiful.
much more detailed than what was originally here. So we're very pleased with that. We still don't have a place for everything, and we're constantly rotating things and still trying to figure out the best place for some pieces. But we've had fun decorating in here.
With our design work and what we've done, we tried to keep the history of the cottages alive. Looking at it from the outside, you can still very obviously see the original cottage and understand how it was when it was first built. We also stayed with the shake siding, which is close to what they originally would have looked like. These shakes and all of the windows with the multi panes. So it still looks like an old cottage. This one being built in 1913. So, but we basically put in full heating and central heating and air conditioning. Fully insulated the house from the ground up, and all new flooring, all new plumbing, all new electricity. So it's basically the same house, but with new and nice conveniences.
Old. I mean, we wanted it to look like
keep the character.
Like a sea captain's house, if you will. And I have Dutch heritage in my family, so my grandfather was a machinist mate for Holland America Line years ago. So there's a lot of Dutch accents. My mom was born in Holland, so the Delft tiles, and there's a lot of Delft hanging and Delft vases and what have you. So.
And my father was also in the Navy.
Yes.
And I don't know if you noticed, but hanging in our bedroom here, this was their house. Hanging in our bedroom here, Robin put together for me a shadow box of his naval uniform patches and his
Navy picture.
His picture of him when he was in the Navy, and then also his honorable discharge papers. So that's
cool.
very special to us, and it hangs in
and it was
in the house.
Designed the width because I knew how much space I had from the corner to where our bed would be. So I knew we couldn't, working with the gal who did the framing for me, I said, it can't be any more than this. It has to fit right there.
Wow.
So
these houses are, and we're finding out. Robin said, I think earlier that we've been living in small spaces long before it was a cool thing. But this is tiny house living at its best. It literally is. I mean, we have about 750 square feet, I think, here in this house, and we have everything we need and then some. So.
In our house in Connecticut that we sold, we had a tap room with a cage bar in it, and we had like 5 different tables in it. So we still have 4 of those 5 tables. 1 is here, 2 are over at Bauer, 3 are over at Bauer. So we were able to keep a lot of our antiques and just sort of trade up and do away with some of the summer furniture that was here.
You've really made everything fit so well.
Yeah.
It really is very impressive. So just share a little bit about the differences between the 2 properties. This is a larger property than the other?
They're both double lots.
They're both the same. The house is just
35 by 40.
Okay.
But on the books, it's 2 lots, which is silly, we think.
Yeah, the lots are the same size, but the houses are not. That one is more the original house with an exterior porch. 2-story exterior porch. Mm-hmm. This one had been modified actually before my parents bought the house, and is actually the original house plus actually 2 L-shaped additions that way. So this one has 2 bedrooms and there's a fly in here, a full dining area. Which is nice for us. It gives us the additional space, but this was a definite, on the same lot size, a definite L-shaped addition to the house.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So it's like the space where our bedroom is the space kind of comparable to where the porch is on the other.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess, we've talked about the houses themselves a little bit, but if you could just share maybe a little bit about the community, the Courts community, and the families and the people and how they all...
Well, next door we have the Weirs, and actually Mr. Weir and Dad realized when they were living here and visiting one another back and forth that they're actually like 7 generations back cousins. Literally family next door.
Yeah. It's really that, if in a word, I would say that the Courts are a real family environment, and just everybody gets along very well, and it's just on a small scale. People walk, kids play together.
We have new neighbors next door here. We know the neighbors over here. There've just been 2 houses that have sold. Actually, here on Stone Court, what we discovered this winter, and talking to other friends that live in, say they don't want to come down here for the whole winter because there's nobody on their street. We have 4 full-time homeowners on our street, so we have neighbors all winter long, which is great.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
We
do a block party here too.
Yeah.
But with COVID, that sort of went by the wayside. So I'm not sure if Stone's doing one this year, but we are having our Bauer Bash tomorrow night.
Right.
So block party and Weber.
On Bauer.
On Bauer.
Yeah.
Yeah, block party on Bauer. We do that every year. We started that tradition, I think,
this is the 7th year.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
So very exciting. And we do that as the neighbors all get together. One neighbor's daughter does T-shirts. We do T-shirt, and we do it as a fundraiser. So we sell the T-shirts. Everybody buys. Usually we sell 30, 40, 50 T-shirts, and the proceeds from that
this year go to Diller Home.
Go to a charity, and it's a different charity each year, and so that's kind of a fun thing. And people just get together and do stuff like that.
And Patty Wagner was a long-time Stone Harbor employee uptown at Borough Hall. She lived on our house, on our street on Bauer Court, and one year she was dying of cancer and was not doing well, and all the money went to her for her last few months. So there's new people in her home now that are so we haven't met them yet, but we're very close knit. one of our neighbors over on Bauer actually did a diagram with all the houses on it, and he went around and got everybody's address, phone number, email, so that we have that on our fridge over at the other house.
Oh, that's great.
So you see somebody and you say hi to them, you know their first name, you talk to them all the time, but it's like, okay, well, how do we get in touch with them? Yeah, like especially in the wintertime, if you need to tell somebody something about their house in the wintertime, it's good to have that information.
And we actually have a Facebook page.
Yeah, Bauer Court, Bauer has a
Buzz.
Facebook,
Like
Bauer Buzz.
Bauer Buzz.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
so
great.
people can communicate about things and so forth.
There are folks that live like on 108 and 109, and they say, well, we're not really on the courts, but can we still come to the party? Are we close enough? If we bring hot dogs to share, is that okay? And so we're kind of growing up. But all of Stone is invited to the Bauer Bash.
I was going to say, you got to start the tradition here now.
Yeah.
So we've invited at least the neighbors around us here on Stone to come over to the Bauer party tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
How fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So, and we, usually expand it to like yacht club friends and stuff. You guys are invited.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have had the Seabillies play twice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That
in our backyard over there.
That got a little attention that we
talk about plugging
necessarily
in your cords and technology with all their power that they needed for everything. We had cords running everywhere. But they came and played for us twice, which was great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
awesome. It's just really a great space, great place.
So I'll end with this, and I'm putting you on the spot, but if you could think of one family memory down here in the time that you've been living in the two houses, what stands out the most to you?
Well, I don't know if I could think of a specific memory, but for me, the most fun is after a great day on the beach, everybody coming home, everybody getting their showers, everybody working on dinner together, and then sitting around the table together.
Yeah.
It's just it's immediate family and whatever cousins are in town and whatever uncles and aunts are here visiting and friends of our kids and everybody. It's just,
I would have to say something very similar to that. The one thing to me is, and this is something we started years and years and years ago coming to Stone Harbor, is every summer we have 1 week that's identified as our beach week. And so that everybody in the family, all of our friends, all of our extended family, anybody that can do it comes to Stone Harbor during that week. And that week actually starts tomorrow.
Or starts tonight.
So we got you before the crowd comes in.
Yes.
And then that's when you just forget about everything else and obligations, and you just spend the time at the week.
Everywhere.
That's great.
Yeah.
And actually we'll have I don't know if it's hundreds, but it's certainly 50, 60, 70 family members in town this week, because it's from all different branches of the families and then extended families. So our kids that are married, their parents or cousins, and they're staying. My brother has a house in town. My cousins rent, and I have a cousin who has a house in town. So
everybody knows they've reserved this week.
And
that's awesome. That's amazing. Well, I thank you for taking the time to talk to us and share your lovely homes. And I didn't say this in the beginning, but today is July 29th, 2022. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for asking us to do this, because we feel it's very important that the town recognize the history that's here in Stone Harbor and helps to preserve it.
And that we talk about it. We are living historians. We love to educate about history, and there goes our grandfather clock.
Right on time.
So we truly appreciate the museum and what you guys are doing, all your efforts.
Thank you.